Today we're discussing what determines voter turnout. And what voter turnout depends on is voter traits, registration laws, and campaign contacts. First, we look at socioeconomic factors, and that has to do with money and the economy. So military, education, occupation, and income, that has to do with occupation. Demographic factors would be race, age, gender, marital status, ethnicity, sexual orientation. Psychological factors have to do with strength of party identification. Political efficacy, which is the theoretical concept used to explain political behavior in political science. It indicates citizens' faith and trust in government and his or own belief that he or she can understand and influence political affairs. Group consciousness, interest and trust in government, and also political awareness. Education and voting. Education is the absolutely top. It is the most important variable in whether people vote or not. Citizens that are most likely to vote are those that are educated, as we can see here in the graph. The people most likely to vote are the well-educated. The wealthy, those with high status occupations, whites, the elderly, strong party identifiers, those with a high sense of political efficacy and high interest in campaigns, those who read about campaigns in newspapers, and those who live outside of the South and the border states. Voter demographics and presidential elections. This might only go up to 2012. However, we have seen the white vote going down, the minority vote going up, and the Latino vote coming up as well. How U.S. voters compare. As you can see, the United States is very low on the list for the amount of people that actually are participating in our elections. I believe 2016 was even lower. What other factors can contribute to this? What do these other countries do that we don't? And so you need to think about the fact that in some countries, like Australia, I believe, they actually have required voting. Registration and voting laws also affect turnout from state to state. The more difficult and time-consuming it is to vote, the less likely people are to do so. Makes sense, right? That's why the southern states, many of the time, don't have as high participation. They have voting laws that usually deter people coming out to the polls. Campaign contacts. The effect of campaign contacts on voter turnout. Who is normally contacted and why? Who does the contacting? How is this biased? So you need to consider the fact that the people that are answering the phones are usually middle-aged or more wealthy, women that stay at home possibly and do not have a job. So they have a higher socioeconomic status. Who does the contacting and how is it biased? How would the questions be biased and how is it biased that you're actually those demographics that are in the houses in the first place? A shift in defining citizenship and participation? Absolutely. A lot of elderly people feel that young people don't bother to vote. They don't care about being a good citizen. They don't think back to their own youth as well. And then younger people don't vote. They think that true citizenship is actually giving back to the community.